Good morning, meteorologist Lisa Green here with a look at what we can expect for today. And as we head into the next several days, we are now into a pattern where we're under northwesterly flow. And if you've watched over the years, you may know that that means, especially when we get into this time of year, that we've got cooler air working its way toward us, and we have the potential for some clippers, some quick, fast-moving systems that aren't necessarily all that strong. They don't pack a lot of moisture with them. Sometimes they can produce a lot of wind, but they are fast movers that can clip us really quick and then move on out. And we're starting to see that set up for us. In fact, today we'll kind of see a hybrid version of that moving through today, and then we'll be watching for more heading into the week as well. So let's get right to it. We'll get into the details on what to expect here in our headlines. I'm focused in, first of all, today on our chances for rain. We've got showers that are going to be moving in, mainly just rain with this first round, but with each one that moves in, right now it looks like the chances for that changeover to snow increase. So we'll see another one Thursday night and into Friday, and then again Saturday. So today's first rain showers as we take a look at our next headline update. End of week clippers, though, Thursday to Friday and Friday to Saturday feature a chance for more of a wintry mix. And again, especially on Saturday, our first alert weather day, we could see a light accumulation of snow. We're looking at a coating of snow at most, I think, up to maybe 2 inches at max. But again, a reminder, the ground's very warm, so there's going to be some melting, and there's still some question marks associated with these rounds moving through. And there could be a little wind with that too on Saturday as well. And then it's not just the systems themselves moving in, but it's also the potential for some chilly temperatures too. It's looking pretty likely that we're going to see the possibility for some chilly numbers. And in fact, this weekend, highs that only top off in the 30s for places in the south. And in the north, we're talking 20s in places like northeastern North Dakota, a possibility for that. We'll also be looking out for wind. I'm not looking at a huge wind with this, but the possibility is there that we could see some gusts 20 to 30 miles per hour, and wherever we might be seeing some snow, that's going to reduce our visibility a little bit as it's moving through, heading into Friday, and then again, perhaps lingering into Saturday and Saturday evening as well. So that's something we'll be watching out for too. So let's talk about today. This is a look at our current radar and satellite map. It's this black and white version of the map, which I like to show, especially this time of year, because we don't have snow on the ground just yet, so it's easier to see the difference between the white cloud tops and the darker earth. And you can actually see some of the lakes here where we don't have any clouds down into places into the Alexandria area, for example. You can see some of those lakes. So in addition to that, you can also, of course, see the clouds when making their way through. So it has been cloudier. We'll continue to see clouds increase. I'm looking at some showers up to the north, as you see there. That is where we're watching for a little bit of rain, maybe some sprinkles as we zoom in a little bit more. But so far, I don't have any reports of precip reaching the ground in the Northern Valley. That doesn't mean we're not seeing it. In fact, I'm checking some of our DOT cams right now just to be on the safe side that we know that we're looking pretty good here. At the moment, we are watching the Northern Valley, but as the day goes on, we'll be looking out to the west as well for the potential for conditions that are going to get a little more on the wet side, with that possibility for some rain again into the valley. So we'll expand the view as we do so. You can see where more of that moisture happens to be. That's more concentrated into places like Williston and the Dickinson area, and places that are in basically western North Dakota, and perhaps some of us up along the international border as well again. And I'm just continuing to look at some of these cameras, and I'm not really seeing anything along the international border. So if I'm wrong, comment. Let me know that you're seeing something right now as of about 10:30 this morning. So again, continuing to watch our cameras, continuing to watch out for some rain, and that main line is what's out to the west right now. So eventually this pushes in for the afternoon in our western viewing area first, and then it rolls eastward from there. So here's our hour-by-hour planner. We're looking at conditions, again, that are going to get cloudier as the morning continues on. This is lunch hour. And here comes that chance for some shower activity. This is 4 p.m. Notice how, we have the potential everywhere in the valley, but not everybody sees the rain. So this is something that is going to affect some of us, but not all of us. And it'll be around the time kids are getting off the bus, as we're heading out the door to head out to an evening event, maybe heading home from work, going out to pick up some quick groceries, that kind of thing. And then by 8 o'clock, we're watching a lot of this moving on, and we're clearing out pretty quickly. So again, that's the nature of these types of systems. They're fast movers. They hit hard in some instances, and then they move out pretty quickly. This one is a weak one, so I'm not expecting it to hit hard, just, some nuisance kind of rain. And then moving into the overnight hours, we clear out. So that means some chilly temperatures tomorrow morning. We're watching out for some freezing temperatures to start off the day on our Wednesday. But we stay mild Wednesday. Today's forecast, 40s to some 50s, warmer in the south and east. And again, this is 4 p.m., a snapshot at that point in time. And temperatures at that point are going to be warmer in the south. And that's also when we may be seeing some rain moving into eastern North Dakota at that point in time. So now I want to talk about the next couple of waves moving through for the end of the week. Just want to stress again, we talked about this yesterday. Right, what you see behind me is just one model scenario. Not everyone is in agreement on timing. What is known, what is likely to happen here that we're confident on is the chance for precipitation, a couple of rounds of weak waves moving through, and that some of this precipitation is going to try to change over to snow at some point. And in addition to that, so that we're going to be seeing much colder temperatures with it too, compared to how we're starting off the week. What's still a bit uncertain is track and timing of when these hit. And so that's a big difference maker in who sees what and when, of course, when we're talking about timing. So it's something to keep in mind that we're just going through one possible scenario. It's Tuesday. Saturday's still several days out. As we get, within a few days of Saturday, we'll have, more models at our disposal, more medium range regional models that we'll be able to get into more detail, and we'll be able to do more comparison and really look at how things are trending. So again, that's why we always encourage you to come back and check in with us. So let's take a look now that we've gone through that explanation. So we've got, again, 2 rounds. This particular model brings one in particularly Thursday night and into early Friday, and then again Friday night and into Saturday for the valley. So this is 7 a.m. tomorrow, and Thursday, and we've got some clouds. You can see that initial kind of round of some rain showers Thursday afternoon and evening, and then as this disturbance drops southeast, we see some of that rain behind it start to dip south, that potential for maybe some of us to see a few flakes mixing in with that as well. Whether we see accumulation, that's looking lower, and again, Saturday does appear to be the day where we have that better chance, though there is that possibility if this one ends up being just a little bit more robust and has a little more moisture to it, and we may see a little bit of that on Friday. And of course, we know Friday is the start of the hunting season in North Dakota, and you can see by 11 o'clock Friday night, we've got some rain and some snow showing up on this future radar, this model here, around 11 o'clock in central North Dakota, and it's starting to push into eastern North Dakota overnight. This is 3 a.m., and then moving into daybreak into Saturday morning when we're starting our opener in Minnesota. We've got areas where we could be seeing some snow. We've got areas that have the potential for rain in green, and the pink area, reminder, this could be some freezing rain, could be some sleet in the mix potentially as well. Just, an area where it might be a mixed bag of wintry weather. And a little shift north or a little shift south will make all the difference in what you see where you are at any given location. So again, this is something we're watching closely. But temperatures will be pretty chilly at this point in the morning hours, so there's a chance for some of this to stick overnight into Saturday morning. And so I'm thinking eastern North Dakota has the best chance for that, especially northeastern North Dakota still at this point. But there is that potential for some of that to happen on the Minnesota side too. And then looking at the 4 o'clock hour, by Saturday afternoon, you can see that we are starting to taper off with this particular round. So again, fast in, fast out, essentially, with some of these systems. there's a chance that, that times out a little bit later. So, be prepared for that snow potential and mixed potential to last through the day Saturday. And Sunday, there could be some lingering, shots of some showers or flurries into Sunday, but you can see by Sunday night that has moved on. So let's take a look at those models again. This is the latest European model output of snowfall potential. Again, not quite getting into numbers just yet. I would expect less than 2 inches of snow with this particular round, with more north of the border. If we see, again, accumulation, you can see there are areas where we get nothing at all as far as snow is concerned. And then other areas, where we're starting to get into that, 1+ range potential. And again, just a reminder, that's the potential. Some of it will likely melt. Some of it's going to compact. We've got warm ground, and we've got afternoons in a lot of areas that are going to climb above freezing. Maybe not over the weekend for those places up north, especially where we're staying in the 20s, but into next week. So this doesn't last forever. And so keep that location in mind. So this is all the way through Sunday night. Now I'm going to switch to the American model, and you will see the difference in placement on where that snow may occur. The American model keeps that snow farther west, so central North Dakota. So if you're out hunting there, you may see some of that sticking a little bit in that area, and then down into South Dakota, and then perhaps just a little dusting, or maybe just even a few flakes in the northern half of the valley, according to the American model. So both models showing, again, the potential for snow in the region, the potential for colder temperatures, and moisture just in general moving through as these waves drop in. So that's what we're confident on, and the placement of where we might see snow is still something that needs to be hammered out here in the forecast. So let's take a look at our temperatures as we head into the hunting opener. We're looking at the possibility for temperatures to really be on the low side for us. Some of our coldest days we've seen yet this season. So dress accordingly. You'll want your layers if you're going to be out, and you'll probably want some waterproof layers too. So in general, we're looking at Friday being the day where we get a little bit of a break in between rounds. We may, if you're heading out west in central and western North Dakota, that's where you may see some precip going on during the daytime hours, but it's more into Friday night and then into Saturday that we'll see that system affect us most likely. Again, there's still some question on timing. And then Saturday is the day that we feel the most impacts from this. There could be a bit of a breeze. You see those north winds into the teens. Those are sustained winds. There's the potential for some gusts higher than that. And then heading into Sunday, still pretty chilly. Yesterday I mentioned it looked like it might be chillier, and it does look like we'll stay on the chilly side for Fargo. Again, this is Fargo's numbers. So if you're up north, it may be more 20s for you for some of these days. So again, looking really cool and really feeling that taste of colder days ahead. Here's our 11-day planner. Today we're looking at 54. We stay mild through Thursday, upper 40s, low 50s. And then that first, or I should say this is the first clipper, today's round of rain, and then that second one moves in Thursday night into Friday. We'll introduce the colder air. Right now it doesn't look like it packs much of a punch, but still the chance for some light mixed precipitation. And then Friday night into Saturday, that's the day we're watching for some snow shower potential coming up here, and the possibility for some of us to see our first light snow of the season coming up for Saturday and into Sunday. And then as we head into, Saturday. Ending on Sunday, though, there could be a few flurries on Sunday, especially Sunday morning. And then heading into next week, we have Monday starting off pretty chilly, but we start to make that recovery temperature-wise. Getting into Veterans Day on Tuesday, we've got highs that are getting more into the low 40s, and that will really help with that thin coating of snow that might be still lingering in some spots heading into the start of next week. And then as we work our way into the end of the week, we'll be back into some mid-40s at that point in time. So looking out for, some chances for some rain and some snow. Today will be mostly rain. I would look at it as kind of a progression with each one of these waves moving through. Today's more just rain. Heading into Thursday night and into Friday, it looks like more of a mix trying to happen, but still very light precipitation and some wind with it too. Be ready for some wind. And then Friday night and into Saturday, we'll be watching for the potential for more snow and the possibility for some of that to stick. So be ready. Looking out for, that first snow of the season in several locations. And I just want to stress again that not everybody sees it. It's not going to happen for everyone here as we head into the end of the week, but the possibility is there. And if you feel like you might be missing out, don't worry. We've got lots of winter left to go as we are moving our way into the season. This is just the first sign, the first taste of winter weather. So again, continuing to track that for you. We'll have another update coming up this afternoon from the afternoon weather crew. And we'll be back here tomorrow getting you up to date on the latest models, how things are shaping up, how things may have changed in the forecast heading into the weekend and into the deer opener. In the meantime, you may want to have that umbrella with you today as you are out and about heading into the afternoon hours, as that chance for rain will be moving through. So have a great Tuesday, and we'll see you